Okay, when you're solving for y or slope-intercept form, okay, you need to remember it's y equals to mx plus b. Y is by itself. So in this case, y is not by itself. It has the 7. It's multiplication. So you can go straight ahead and divide all of them by that 7. This is additive inverse. Let's leave that on. So we got y equals to, it's important. Some teachers will want you to write the slope first, so that's a negative 1x, and that's a positive 2, so plus 2. So the slope here is negative 1. The y-intercept, or b, is 2 or 0, 2, right? Make sure that you know that. So here also, notice on the y side here, we want to solve for y. There's so many that's not y, right? As long as there's a plus sign, you're making 0 first. You never divide. As long as there's a plus sign, you don't divide, you make 0. So it doesn't matter which one you make 0 to first. I'm going to the 4x or the 8. Both of them needs to go, right? You leave 2y at the end because we want y by itself. So I would add 8 to both sides because it works with 10. That gets me 18. That leaves the 4x that I did nothing to and the 2y. Now the one that's on the wrong side is this one. Because of the plus sign, you have to make 0 first, so minus the whole thing, 4x. Now the 4x doesn't work with the 18. That's why I wrote it to the side, because I can't subtract that. Okay, so I have left now 2y equals to 18 minus 4x. Okay, and then I divide all of them by 2, and I get y equals to, let's write the slope first, that's a negative 2x, and the y-intercept is a positive, so it's plus, that's a positive 9. So the slope is negative 2, and the y-intercept is a positive 9, or 0, 9, right, on the graph. So in this case, there's these that shouldn't be there. Because of this, if you do additive inverse, there's a plus sign there. You have to make the 7 equal to 0 by minusing 7, which will work with this 15. So minus 7 there. You got two negatives, so you add them together, negative 22. There's 2x there and the plus. 0 there plus negative 2y is negative 2y equals, divide everything by negative 2. Okay. Y equals to negative x plus a negative 11. Okay. That gets us the invisible 1. Notice this is a 1, right? Negative 1. So your slope is negative 1. And your y-intercept is negative 11, or ordered pair 0, negative 11, right? That's how you do that. And this one I gave the wrong worksheet on. And this one we did in class using x and y-intercept, and don't do the bottom. I think we did this one. Okay. It just didn't work out as well. Okay, we want the x, it's 2x equals negative 3. So divide by 2. X equals to negative 1.5, right? So negative 1.5 is right there. Y then, if we want y-intercept, y is just 3 in this case, negative 3, I mean, down here. And that's our sketch. So it probably went by S, like that. Okay? So here, x-intercept, 2x, the y is not there, 2x equals to 6. Divide by 2, x is 3, which is right here. That's 3, 0, by the way. And to find the y-intercept, you do 3y equals to 6, divide by 3. Y equals to the 2, right there. Connect the dots. A is probably the answer there. Okay, same thing here. You got the x equals to 1, divide by 3, divide by 3. X is a third. 1/3, 0, right there. And then y, that's additive inverse, that's a -1. Y equals to 1, divide by -1. You have y equals to -1. Right there, connect the dots, look like n was the winning answer here, right? And then here, do the same, x, -3x. This is a -5, by the way, equals to 10. Divide by -3. Divide by -3. X is -3.3 repeating. X is -3 and a third. A third is one port reporting. X is -3 and a third, so right here, a third. Y then is, you do 5, cover the x, -5y equals 10, divide by -5. Y equals to a -2 right there. Connect the dot, looks like the answer is H. Okay. Again, x, so for x equal to 0, divide by 4. Your answer is 0. X is 0. Y-intercept, 3y equals to 0. Y is also 0. Can't graph that one. Oh my God. Uh-oh. The slope is, if you subtract 4x to both sides, 3y equals to -4x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals -4 over 3x. So down 4 over 3. That's why graphing using x and y intercept is not necessarily the best. Okay, that's how you do that one. The other part is your review for quiz. Make sure you do this, okay? So you need to find, starting with number 2, you first need to find the slope of this one by doing y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. It says determine the rate at which which plant grew the least per week. So your work. Okay, so I would choose, actually, I would choose the one with the same decimal, because when I subtract it gets me 0. So I'm going to choose these two. X sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So I would get 41 minus 0.6 minus 25.6 over 13 minus 8. Well, 25, do the work down here, right? 25.6, that's 0, that's 6. 16 over 13 minus 8 is 5. So my slope is 16 over 5. Okay. Which is per day. You have to divide the rate. Let's look at the other one. 16 over 5 is 3 point something, right? Divide it. 16 by 5, 3, 1, 0, so 3.2. So your slope is 3.2 as a decimal, or 15 over 5. Okay, so the second one, I'm going to choose, it's harder to choose because none of them gets a 0. So I'll do, just the first two then. None of them are really convenient by looking at the numbers. Okay, so y sub 2 minus y sub 1, like up here. I'm going to erase this problem here because we're going to need that work for the other stuff. So y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And y sub 2 is 20.6 minus 10.4. You would get 10.2. Yeah, let me check. Yep, that's 20.6. Add it backwards, guys. And then x sub 2 is 6 minus 3. Gets me 3. I'm not sure what that is. Let's divide it. 10.2 divide by 3. Oh, on your test you're allowed calculator, so just give me that answer there. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer instead of, even though it's not that hard to divide 3, 1, 12, 14. Divide by 3, 391.4. Okay, so this is 3.4. So which plant grew the least for wheat? Plant 1. Plant number 1 grew the least per week. Okay. Plant number 1 grew the least per week. Okay, and then by 0.2 millimeter. Not much, but enough. Does either plant, so B here, does either plant start at a height of 0? So start at a height of 0, that's the y-intercept. So we're finding the y-intercept for each of them. So we all know the rate of change. I'm going to use the decimal one. I'm going to use this one. That's the rate of change. So let's do plant number 1. We got y minus equals to mx plus b. We know that y equals, for y, okay, let's decide which one we're going to use. I'll use the 2 and 6.4. 6.4 is y. You don't have to use these again, guys. You can use other one. So 6.4 equals to slope. Slope is 3.2 times x. X is 2. I chose 2 in this case. Plus b. So 6.4 equals to 6.4 plus b. If I subtract, yeah, plant A, the y-intercept, they start out at 0. They were seedlings. Plant 1 is at 0. Plant 1 starts at height of 0. Seedlings. Plant 2. Plant 2. Okay, so I'm going to use, remember it's y equals to mx plus b. I am going to use this one. They're whole numbers, no decimal. Actually, this is too big. I'm just going to use the smaller number. Y is 10.4 equals the slope is, in this case, 3.4. It's growing at 3.4 millimeters a day. Right? This is each week. I'm sorry. Times x. X is 3 plus b. So this is 10.4, and here multiply that. I got 10.2 plus b. Hey, this one did not start out as a seedlings. It started out as, it was a tiny 2 millimeters to start. So plant B starts at 2 millimeters, 0.2 millimeters. So does either plant start at a height of 0? Yes, plant 1. That's the only one, right? And this one, this work here, will support your answer to this question. All right. Determine if the lines are parallel. Okay, distribute. 4x plus 4, y, 2y minus 4. What's on the wrong side? The negative 4. Add 4. 4x plus 8 equals to 2y. Divide by 2. Okay, we got y then equals to 2x. And this is plus 4. Yeah. So, and here to solve this one here, the negative 2x is in the wrong spot. Y equals to 2x plus 10. Are these parallel? Yes, they are parallel. The slopes are the same. They're parallel lines. If you graph them, they're going to be parallel because of the same slope of 2. Okay? Number 4 here. Determine the rate of change and explain what it means. Okay, let's find the rate of change here. I'm not choosing the y-intercept because I don't know what that is. So I'm going to choose this one. They're counting by 20, so that's 220. So 1 and 220. Then 2 won't work. I don't know what this is exactly. 3, yeah, 3 will work. 3 and 160. So the rate of change, 160 is elevation in feet, 3 is second. So your slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So y equals to 160 minus 220. That equals to 80, right? No. 60 negative over x2 3 minus 1 over 2. So it is down 30 feet every second. These are your y's. So what does it mean? Down 30 feet every second. Equation of that line, okay. Well, y equals, we know m, y equals to mx plus b in slope-intercept form. M is negative 30x plus, let's find the y-intercept. Okay, let's y-intercept, y equals mx plus b. So you substitute in y, let's use this one here, is 220 equals to m, which is negative 30. In place of x, we put positive 1, plus b, we don't know. So 220 equals to, I'm finding b here, negative 30 plus b, plus 30 to both sides. So 250 is your b. Makes sense. It's about right there, you see. So plus 250 is the equation of a line. So same thing here. This is easy because y equals, we know that mx plus b, right? We know that b is at 0, 0. And all you need to do is find slope. Slope, you pick here. That's 5. That's 2, 5. 2, this is 2 loaves, 4 cups, 5 cups of flour. And then 3 won't work, 4 will work. 4 loaves takes up 10 cups of flours. Okay? And then you do finding slope, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So slope is y sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. This is going up, so 10 minus 4 over 5 minus 2. 6 over 3 or just 2. That's the slope of 2x. So your answer is 2x plus 0 or just y equals 2x. Okay, and what does it mean? It means that 2, these are your cups for every 1 loaf of bread. 1 loaf. 2 cups is needed to make 1 loaf of bread. Okay, that's important that you know how to do that. All right, so determine the slope of each segment, so you know how to find slope. So a to b, m y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, okay? M equals y sub 2 is 4 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Slope is 3. CD, okay, same slope formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay, you got the slope of that line is, this is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. 6 minus a negative 1 plus plus. 5 minus a 3. 7 over 2 is your slope of that line. Write an linear equation for AB. Y equals to 3x plus, let's find the y-intercept. Okay, to find the y-intercept, y equals to mx plus b. Let's choose 1, 1 here. That point. 1, 1. Y is 1, m is 3 times 1 plus b. Subtract 3 to both sides, you get negative 2. So that's a negative 2. Y equals to 3x minus 2. Okay, that's how you do that. Okay, the back side. Oh, determine the slope and y-intercept of each line. Okay, you know how to do this. More of this, which is good. And in your textbook, you have more of it. Always distribute first. Okay, 4x minus 4, y plus 2, minus 2 to both sides, y equals to 4x minus 6. So slope is 4, y-intercept is negative 6. Okay, minus x is on the wrong side. That's 0. 6y equals to 12. Divide by 12. Divide by 6, you get 2. Oh, y is 2. So it's a horizontal graph. Divide by 3. Okay. The x is on the wrong side, so you minus 1/2 x. 2y equals to 4 minus 1/2 x. Divide by 2. Y equals to 2. 1/2. This divide turns into multiply. Flip into 1 over 2. There you go. Your slope is negative 1 over 2. Y-intercept is positive 2. Okay, ride-sharing company. Okay, this will be on your quiz. A ride-sharing company charges a pickup fee plus a charge per mile. Gas paid $12 for this many miles. Tony paid this for many miles. Write the y-intercept in coordinate form. Explain what the y-intercept mean in the problem. Okay. Write an equation. Y equals to mx plus b. Okay. So dollars always y. 6.5 miles is $12, and 9 for $15.50. Okay. Oh, that's a comma. So to find the y-intercept, you need to find the slope. M equals to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So your y is 15.50, subtract 12, get 3.50 over 6.5 minus 9, get 2.5. Right, yeah, negative. No. God, I did this wrong. 9 minus 6.5. That's a positive. Okay, 2.5 divided by 2.3 divided by 2.5, you get 4.1. So y equals to 1.4x plus, now finding the y-intercept, they want it in coordinate form. So let's do this. Let's find the coordinate of it. So y equals to mx plus b. So I'm going to use this one. 15.50 equals to m, which is 9 times, no, m is not 9. Jesus. M is 1.4, x is 9, plus b. And then you do that. 15.50 equals to 36, carry the 3, 12.6 plus b, minus 12.6, 0, 9, 2, 2.90 is your b, plus 2.90. What does it mean? That means that the driver charges to get into the car. They automatically initially charge you $290. $2.90. They charge $2.90 is the pickup fee. Okay, that's what it means. In the given form, okay, write an equation. I would use point slope, okay? If they gave me anything, I would use this formula. Y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. And I won't have to do anything else. So like, for example, here, y minus y sub 1, which is x sub 1, y sub 1. That's a negative 1. I will give you this because you need to know to do that. Equals to m, which is negative 1 parentheses x minus x sub 1 is 2 right there. And I'll do, this I would use slope intercept. Y equals to mx plus b, because this that be y equals to negative 3x plus 8. And all these I would find the slope and just use y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. All I need to do is find the slope and put it in, you know? Really easy. So good luck on that one. Oh, what? I think I'm doing too much. Yeah, I'm doing tomorrow. No wonder it's taking eternity. I'll continue.